Hey folks, welcome back. Jordan here with the Nutty Gnome Homestead. It is a beautiful September day here in Southern Illinois. It was a balmy 45, 46 degrees this morning. It's warmed up to about 62, 64 degrees right now. We're going to be talking about 5 plants that you can put in the ground before your first frost date here in zone 6, 7. We're right here on the border. So we're going to jump right into this. First and foremost, we're going to jump into carrots. Now, I like these Nate's Corliss or the Danvers half carrots. They take somewhere in the neighborhood of 65, 70 days, 75 days. If you put out a little bit of a row cover, a little bit of protection, these guys are going to handle a frost just fine. And if you don't want to harvest them at that time in November, end of October, beginning of November, guys, don't worry about it. A little bit of frost will do these carrots wonders. They will actually be a lot sweeter in the end if they get touched by frost. Next up, we're going to talk about radishes. Radishes are real quick to plant. There are several different varieties we like. These are the cherry bell radishes, one of our favorites. They're real short and easy to grow. These cherry bell radishes can be grown somewhere in the neighborhood of about 3 to 4 weeks. It doesn't take very long. You can get several succession plantings of these here before our first frost. And there again, cover them, put them in a cold frame, put them under some frost cover or frost blanket. These guys are going to do okay. I also like the French breakfast variety as well as the German giant. They take a little bit longer, 25 to 30 days, but you can still get a couple plantings of these radishes in before the first frost comes around. Another big one that we have here on our farm is cabbage. Married to an Eastern European girl, we go through a lot of cabbage here on the farm. We grow a lot of cabbage here on the farm. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 to 500 pounds of cabbage, if not more, easy. We go through at least 1 to 2 heads a week. Guys, cabbage is super simple to grow. Put it in the ground, water it, and forget it. So today we're going to be planting some Earliana cabbage. You guys have heard me talk about this cabbage before many a different times. Takes about 60 days, 65 days to grow, right in the same vicinity as the Golden Acre cabbage. We grew some of that earlier this year. It does very well. The smaller cabbages like the Earliana and our Golden Acre, they're going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 to 3 pound head cabbage. Perfect for one meal, guys. We're going to grow several of these this fall as well. Anybody can get these put in. They'll handle a light frost. We got it set up for a row cover, so we're not even going to have to worry about that. Now, right along the lines with the cabbage, we're going to grow a lot of beets. We like to interplant around a lot of our produce here on the farm. We try to make the most use out of all of our space. We buy our beets in bulk. These are Detroit dark red beets, guys. About as simple as it gets. Throw them out there and forget them. We actually use the beets as a cover crop in a lot of our garden space and our garden beds. We'll eat the beet greens, we'll harvest the root, and we let them overwinter. Real easy to do. They store well. You can pull them when they're small. You can let them get bigger. It's however you guys like them. And they can handle a little bit of frost, guys. A nice light frost on these. They're going to make the beetroot real sweet. Perfect for making the bust for Christmas. So last and not least, guys, I'm going to show you something that I haven't talked much about here on the farm. We grow kale. Now, there are several different varieties of kale. This is the blue curled kale. You see it a lot of times used for garnish on dishes. It's also really good to eat. We'll add it to a lot of our soups and a lot of our chopped salads. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of about 70 days to grow. We like to pick it young while it's still nice and tender. There again, you can protect it. You can grow this. All this stuff you can grow in a raised bed or in a container. I've got several containers here behind me. It works very well. We're also going to add a couple things that I don't have here in front of me. Purple top turnips. That's one of those things that either you like them or you don't. Some people say they taste like dirt. We like to use them in place of our potatoes. Makes our potato harvest stretch out a little bit further. We grew 2 100-foot rows of potatoes this year. We have quite a few regular potatoes. We have quite a few sweet potatoes. But in between, we'll actually roast some of our purple top turnips and some of our beets together. That make a nice meal to go along with those cold winter nights. So, guys, these are 5 or 6 different plants that you guys can get started with now here in the beginning of September and have a harvest at least once before your first frost comes in. Many of these can handle a little bit of frost on them. You don't have to get super excited about the prediction of frost. If you want to, you can put a little bit of frost cover out over them and it'll still work just fine. It really is that simple to get your fall garden started, guys. Just a couple of plants. These are going to cover many of the bases on our side dishes this fall and winter. A lot of these will store well. The beets, the turnips, the carrots, they store well. Even the cabbage stores very well. So I got a lot of compost here in front of me. I'm going to get this mixed up. If you guys haven't seen that video on making your own potting soil, I'll leave it linked down below and up here somewhere, guys. Maybe down here below. Check it out. It's a lot cheaper to make your own potting mix than it is to buy the green and yellow bag from the store. So if you guys haven't started your fall gardens, these are just a couple ideas in zone 6, 7 that you still have plenty of time to get planted before your first frost date. These fill a nice little niche on the homestead, guys. It really is that simple. So until next time, get out there, get your fall garden started. I think with the way the economy is going, everybody's going to wish they'd planted a little something this fall. Y'all stay safe.